look at that. The crankshaft split right there. Holy cow. Today, we're gonna be breaking down my 300ZX motor. Motor made roughly 900 horsepower. We have built this motor probably about a year ago on this channel. I did have to pull it apart once to fix a valve which bent, which was my own fault. However, this go around, this is something that I have personally not ever seen before at this power level. I did not expect it. What I think probably happened, as of right now anyways, is that the crankshaft broke or my main caps broke. Either way, it's pretty much a catastrophic failure. For this engine to just kind of like catastrophically fail like it did, it certainly, I don't think this is normal for this motor. This should not have happened. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something, because this is why I'm not too bummed out about this. I have $300 into the rotating assembly of this motor. It's nothing. It literally $300 of rods and pistons, which I bought 6 years ago. I'm not mad about that. It sucks that I have to pull it out and go through all this again, but in all honesty, this time, this go around, I'll be able to build it probably how I should have built it the first go around, but this is truly like my end result motor that I'm currently going to be building right now. Like, this is going to be like the be all end all for the VG30. We're not playing games anymore. I'm not playing with fire. Like, I was always a little nervous of teetering around that 1,000 horsepower mark, and I've seen other guys do it with the factory crankshaft, factory main bolts, but unfortunately, I wasn't as lucky. So with that said, I don't think there was anything I could have done that could have prevented this per se, at least in the way that it went down. I'm really excited for this. I hope you guys are too. Make sure you stick around, because I guarantee you this build, this go around, is not something you're gonna wanna miss. I'm pushing the motor, I'm pushing the platform. Stuff is going to break, it's going to happen. Could I have set the motor to a 600-700 horsepower setting and just left it alone? Yeah, it probably would have been great at that setting. But you know what? I wanted to push it. So here we are. I gotta start with pulling the clutch off, and then we'll go through the rest of it once I get it on an engine stand. So first order of business, this guy. Alrighty. Guess it's a good thing I didn't really put this away completely. I keep it ready. You never know. So I do this differently every single time, and every single time this freaking engine hoist gets me, because it's not quite long enough. If you notice, I have to pull apart the whole front end of my car just to fit the engine hoist over the motor to pull it out. This always takes me about an hour to do. I've spent probably another 30-40 minutes on it this time, but I think I'm slowly getting it down to a science. Shit is tight, boys. Battery's almost done. Let me go get my tools, because this is something on here is definitely broke. Immediately behind this, that is. So basically what I'm trying to do right now, well, that's loose. If you look at this, this is where my Hall effect sensor was. It's broke. Took some of the teeth out on my trigger wheel here, but I gotta pull this out. This is definitely gonna need replaced. Fortunately, I don't think these are too expensive, but this is kind of sucks. I'll have to probably get with Brett and order a new trigger wheel for that. Wow, guys, look at that. Holy cow. All right, my woodruff key is still here. That's not broke. Dang, you guys, check this out. See a little hairline crack right here. Cracked my entire oil filter housing right in half. Maybe not directly in half, because looks like it's still together over here, but definitely split it right here. Crank is done. There's no way. Let me get this off. Oof. You know what? I'm an idiot. Gotta take this off yet. So when I tightened these, if you guys watched the video, they were tightened to, I believe it was 125 foot-pounds, something like that. They're definitely tight. So it's no surprise that it takes so much pressure to release the tension. Here, maybe. Hopefully it comes right off easily. Oh. Ugh. Yeah, we definitely got some bent valves here. Pistons all look intact. Now, if you come over to the head, you'll definitely be able to see. Let me just roll this over. Fortunately, the chambers are all good, but we got bent valves again. These are the intake valves. They all look pretty toast. The exhaust valves look good. Intake valves are definitely bent here. That is, like, they are bent. Like, that is bad. Ugh, that sucks. Well, fortunately, I'm familiar with fixing bent valves, as you guys know. This isn't the first go around. This isn't my first rodeo, so that's the passenger side head. Now let's pull the other side off and check that side out. You know? And somewhere back here should be all good. Now, just lift it on up. We'll go right over there with it. Wow, that one's really bent. Holy crap. That one's definitely toast. Yeah, all intake valves are donezo. That sucks. All right, well, there's that. So let's check out these pistons on this side. I think one of them, yeah, it looks like, wow, you can see the notches where the valves kiss the piston. That's rough. This one, I think, hit the head. The front half, I think the crank probably split or broke right at the number 2 main. Or maybe the number 2 main is what actually broke here. You guys have seen, I've had valves kiss pistons before and stuff like that, but I've never had a crankshaft break on me, ever, never. In all actuality, what probably happened was the main broke, and then that caused the crankshaft to go crazy. So, yeah, this sucks. This really sucks. I have a couple explanations for that, but let me flip this over, and I'll get you guys, we'll see what the bottom end looks like. Okay, y'all, this is it. This should be shouldn't be too hard to remove. There we go. Oh, this is not going to be pretty. I am not ready for this. On here. Oh, look at that. The girdle split. No way. Wow. You guys. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Split right there and right there. Oh my goodness. I wonder if the block is okay still. Wow. Holy crap. All I can see is it split right here and here. Oh, you know what? I bet the crank broke right here. It probably split right here. Dang. Yeah, we're going to take that off. That off. That off. All right, so there's that. Coming. There we go. I know many of you are jealous right now of this. You're probably all like, what the heck? Well, got a little trick to doing this, putting them on so they come right off. Doesn't always work, but look at that. Good as new. Let me see here. All right, let's see what we got here. This should be interesting too. Now, what it should look like beneath these mains here is there's probably gonna be some fretting, is what I'm expecting to see. The fretting is basically the main caps shifting in place as the engine's spinning, and it's causing vibrations and harmonics throughout the steel, and the steel is actually I guess shifting on itself in a very minute sense. So it'll be very interesting to see how it all looks in here. Look at that, guys. I got a 2-piece main. Shoo! Wow, look at that. The crankshaft split right there. Holy cow. See my mains? Main bearings don't look too bad, honestly. Like, these stayed in. The only ones that are done were the front. That tells me that these were still good. That is definitely cracked on that front. Wow, that's insane. Woo! Never in my life. Hello, how can I help you today? Oh my goodness. Guys, look at that bearing though. The bearing was perfect. For the rod, like, the rods are still good. Number 2 piston. Some top damage. Nothing crazy though. It looks good. Number 1 bearing looks pretty good. It's brand new still. God dang, man. Look, guys, a 2-piece crankshaft. Hey, this is actually pretty cool. I'll be able to inspect the oiling, the oil passages and whatnot. The journals still look great and everything. That's wild. That one's kind of cooked, but I expect that to be because, well. There's that one. Man. Well, guys, that's it. This is it. The crankshaft is toast. Literally snapped in half. Okay guys, engine is obviously all torn down now. I got the heads over here. We got some valves that are bent. Crankshaft snapped in two. The pistons and rods, surprisingly, look extremely good. Like, I would honestly, I'm gonna go over them, make sure they're all straight still, but I would be willing to bet that you could still take these pistons and put them in a new motor. The crankshaft broke, as well as the main caps and girdle broke. It's obviously, like you guys saw, that's into rip. Not much I can do to salvage that. The main problem here is that the main caps and girdle were literally flexing and twisting in place with the power that the motor was making. Maybe not so much power, more so the torque. But if you look here, if you look really closely, you can see all the divots that are in that. Look all around there. That is what is called main cap fretting. That's basically what happens when your engine's making too much torque and the main caps are starting to shift ever so slightly, and it's really more or less the main caps hammering against the block here, which is freaking wild. Now, a couple things you can do to prevent that would be billet main caps and ARP studs on the mains for higher clamping force. Also, if you can find any or find someone that knows how to do it, 4-bolt main caps would be even better. The problem with this motor is if you look back here, there's really not much meat to really grab onto. So that is a little bit of a problem right there. The main caps are out right now that were out rather, you can't buy them anymore. Basically were the main stud here, and then there was another bolt, I believe, maybe it might have been a stud, that was also drilled back into here. Now again, there's not much metal, and it was only the 2 center ones that had the 4-bolt. The 2 outer ones were still a 2-bolt. So kind of a catch-22 there. Obviously the end all would be the billet bed plate from Brett Dempsey Engineering, but those are also an arm and a leg to get. Yeah, you can see it really bad. Oh man, look at that. You can see it really bad there. And that's not just the oil that's coating it. That's the metal shifting in place. I honestly think that that's probably been like that, at least to some degree, since my last setup, because it was pushing coolant into the cylinder. And I know this because my radiator cap was relieving pressure once I got into like high 4th gear pulls. So I'm almost positive that there might have been some extreme cylinder pressure going on there when that happened. And that may have potentially started that, and it just carried on into this build here. Now, these turbos did spool up really fast. They did make pretty good mid-range torque. I've seen more mid-range torque made. However, the turbos, this setup just works very well, as you guys saw. What's up, y'all? It's Billy from the future. I got one more quick thing I want to show you guys because I missed it when I originally filmed this, and I found it later on this week. Check this out right here. If you look, just set this up right here. You know what? Probably be better like that. If you look right here, you can see 2 hairline cracks going right through the block. So the block itself is actually done. You can see it really well on this side actually. Yeah, look at that. See that one over there going right through, all the way through this main split, all the way through. It's really bad. This block, this entire block, crankshaft, it's all toast. Really sucks because I thought, you know, maybe this block actually stood a chance, but it's unfortunately this whole thing is just scrap metal at this point. So maybe I'll use it for development of parts here in the near future. I'd really like to start developing my own parts. Maybe one day I'll actually develop my own bed plate because I quite frankly, it's really expensive to purchase one. So maybe in the near future, we'll see what happens. So what am I gonna do from here, you might wonder, you might ask. Well, let me just show you. Nah, you know what, I'm not gonna show you. I'm gonna make you guys wait. You'll see in another video. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button for me. Follow along. We're gonna build this motor right. We're gonna bulletproof it. Some of you probably have an idea, but many of you probably have no idea what the final product is actually going to be. So make sure you stick around. If you're not subscribed, or even if that little notification bell isn't even turned on, make sure you turn it on so you get the notifications so you can find out when I post the next video and watch it. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed this. This has been very eye-opening. We got a long ways to go. 2025 is gonna be our year. We had a great run on this motor. Honestly, I'm not too bummed out. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this thing ran great. I have 0 complaints. The rods and pistons honestly still look good. Like I could probably reuse those. I know some of you are yelling at me right now, Billy, don't do that. Well, yeah, they look good. Yeah, 2025, let's go. Take care, y'all.